Sorry
Oh,
to sorry to
oh man,
buzz your hive there,
I
Hive.
was jamming, man.
I see that. I see that. All right. So by that tune, you guys all know that we're now live. Sorry for the little difficulty there. We were just chatting away in the green room, having a good time.
Everybody who knows me knows I ramble.
Yeah, we have a good time. But welcome back for the fifth installment, everybody. I'm glad that we could bless your screen and bless your ears a little bit. And as always, this show is, of course, powered by Matt Black Bricks, the best custom maker in the entire business. He's also a very close and dear friend, Cody, aka Stud Lake. It's how you guys all probably know him. Good fellow. Definitely check him out because I have some stuff planned with him for this year. Should be coming here relatively soon in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, no, he's already here. He's giving the peace sign. What's going on, dude? I'll give you the peace sign
What's
back.
up?
But yeah, so with this installment here, as you guys can clearly tell, it's Lego string culture. We finally broke out of the little mock rabbit hole that we've been popping into for. I feel like I beat that horse dead. Actually, I gotta be careful there because YouTube and Spotify don't like it when you say sensitive items.
Yes, I've learned many words that they do not like.
No, so we're gonna be a little bit careful. But this week, got a good voice here in the community. He's got the voice of an angel, I swear.
Oh my goodness,
He
thank you.
could, if he took over 97.5 WONE, Akron's home of rock and roll, I wouldn't want to hear
Ow!
music. I would just want to hear Hive speak.
I don't feel like I'm the one that's got the felt voice in the community, but I appreciate it very
Oh,
much. Thank you.
anytime you do, my little ear biscuits get a little bit rattled.
Well, there we go.
So yeah, he's a man that needs no huge introduction. You all know Mr. Hive. He's the legend. He hosts two shows, Pure Rant Fury on Friday nights at midnight. So really kind of like Saturday, right?
Yeah, technically it's Saturday at midnight. But I figure if I start saying that, it's gonna throw everybody off. So I'll just say
Yeah, just saying that gave me a little loophole. So, and he also hosts. He's one of the hosts of Good Morning Brickworld.
Yes,
So,
yes.
without further ado, Mr. Hive, for the very few people that may not
Thank
know
you.
who you is, would you want to go ahead and just introduce yourself and what you do, and what makes you you?
Yeah, sure. So I am Brick Hive, or that's the name of my channel. But yeah, I mean, everybody generally just calls me Hive. My real name's Brandon. I've been doing the YouTube stuff for 6, 7-ish years now. Because I want to say it was early 2019. I'm pretty sure it was early 2019. But yeah, and I came out of my dark ages, and just the snowball going down the hill got bigger and bigger, and I found the Lego YouTube community, and I just thought it was amazing. Everything from just the live streams a lot of people did to watching a lot of the videos. I mean, reviews were great, but I was really into like a lot of the like city type videos and stuff, and I wanted to join that community. And I've always, I'm an artist, and I've always been interested in film. I've just, I never went to like school for it or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I decided, I was like, yeah, I want to join this community. And I started the channel, and I just started doing like, your basic type of Lego videos just to kind of get my feet wet. And it was a lot of fun. Then I started learning the process of like cameras and microphones, and then editing software. I mean, I was a novice at everything for the most part. So yeah, I just started this journey of creating my own style, and it's been evolving over the years in a lot of different ways. But yeah, so now here I am.
So that's what I've been watching like 2 years, it seems like.
I'm sorry?
It's been like 2 years since I've been watching it now, I think. A year and a half to 2.
I mean, yeah, roughly. I mean, time's been kind of in a weird place for me, especially once I got past 40, man. It just time is.
All right, old man.
Time moves a lot quicker, man. It's weird.
All right, old geezer.
I got some fans out there. They call me the silver fox.
The silver fox.
But yeah, but that it's a lot of fun, man. You know what I mean? I think most people that have been in this community long enough realize it's like, look, we're all different. A lot of us have a lot of similarities and stuff like that, just like any friends or whatever would. But the thing that connects us all is Lego, So now we can all have different opinions about it, but no matter what we can complain or love or whatever, we still all love Lego. I mean, we can start talking about like other brand bricks later, I guess.
Yeah.
But obviously Lego is like, you know, what it like, kind of binds us all together. So it was actually part of the reason why I chose the name Brick Hive as well. Because
Ooh,
I
save
like,
that. We're gonna get into it.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, can't be stealing all my points here.
No, you're good. You're good. Also, I just want to say hi to everybody in the chat.
Oh yeah,
we're
gonna
go jump out there, so I just want to make sure I said hi to them.
That's exactly what we're gonna be doing right now. So I think it's time. Do you have wait, let me unlock your windows here. Are they unlocked? Because we're gonna go for a little night drive.
Oh.
And we're gonna go say hello to everyone. You know, nice. We're gonna knock on some doors, say hello. Also, everyone, through. I'm very curious. What does everyone think of that new countdown music? I think it's absolute garbage.
It's really throwing me off, man.
The very first comment of the night with some peeping eyes. Hope he's not being a peeping Tom. Shreddy. And Stickler. How's it going, man? Banger guest or a banger show? This is going to be a banger.
I appreciate it.
Ultra. We'll be a bit late for me, so we'll catch on replay. Oh, yeah. Is it Ultra across the pond?
I believe so.
Ultra.
I believe so. I guess there's a few out there I still kind of forget where they're from, like where they're based at.
This is going to be a test to make sure, you know, he's actually being a man of his word. Hitting the replay. So, Ultra, this is just, I'm calling you out here. Tell us where you're from, because I'm genuinely curious. And I'm going to see your comment. I'm going to see your comment. So, this is going to be your make or break moment. Then none other than Brent from Brent's
Hey,
Bricks.
What's up, Brent?
He's kind of a neighbor here.
One of the ACOP boys.
Yeah, and we have another ACOP boy in here, so we got the full little bit here. The Nimble Saucepan.
Nimble.
Two real legends of the game. We'll catch up on replay. Enjoy, lads. Love from across the pond. First off, I just want to say, Nimble, you're the legend here. This man, he shares all my stuff. No matter how stupid it is, it could just be my thumb on top of a minifigure head. And he just shares.
Nimble's a mad supporter, man.
He's great.
And Nimble's definitely a pillar in the community.
Yeah. And Godspeed to him. He's restarting Bluestone after he ended it. So it's nice to see it coming back. And Pockets Master. Gonna be a good one.
What's up?
Pockets Master, you're a good one. Then Will Bricks Productions. We'll be fighting for the time slot slightly. I'm sorry. Going on this rant, I just got a text from the chief brick officer, Mark. He's like, "Are you live right now, dude?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Bitch," because I didn't anticipate how many shows took place on the Sunday night. So I apologize in advance to both of you or anyone who has a show. I'm not trying to steal.
Yeah,
anyone's traffic.
Time crunch.
Yeah, you know, you wanted to crank this bad boy out. I said new episodes weekly, and it was almost. I'm like, shit. It's like Friday night. I'm like, I don't have anything going on. This whole week was a blur.
Yeah, I agree.
Then Slurpee from Hey Boys and the pre-play game we'll catch later as I sleep over here in Ireland. Good for you, man. Get some sleep. He's been hitting it hard. Then Papa Trip, Austin Hart,
Papa Trip,
Hive, Hart,
on?
My two favorite boys. Are we gonna be getting a Pure Rant?
I'm not good at those hand gestures, man. I start throwing up gang signs and it's all over, man. You know,
do this. Do this.
See, that's.
And I'm looking at you like this, Hive, with some hard eyes.
It's so hard. It's hard for me. It's hard.
Then we got AJ.
For the culture.
Yeah.
For the culture.
Then we Papa Rex. Stiff.
Papa Rex.
The rock.
I know, right? All stiff.
Yeah. How was the race?
Papa Rex. That was good, right?
We'll say hello again to Papa.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Look at this. Hello, Hive.
Yeah,
nice to see you again. Nice to see you here. Hello.
Move on.
Shreddy again. Going to be a good one. Terminator 98. Also, I saw that you subscribed, so thank you, sir.
Terminator, what's going on?
And Subway Dude 101.
Nice.
I
love Subway.
I don't know how to... Ooh, Goosef.
Yeah, that's a tongue twister right there.
Hey, what's up, Maul? Maul, what's going on, dude? How was your hangout with Sean? Tell us all about it. And Nate, he's an alumni.
Hey,
Nate making an appearance, alumni himself. Then we got, oh man, we have all the legends popping in here.
I know, right?
We got Coop from Get Coop.
Yo,
the best leaker in the game. Then Brick Dynasty made it
Brick
just
Dynasty
in time.
In the house. What's up?
Was really looking forward to this one, man.
Man, I tell you, there's so many good familiar faces out there. I tell you,
then,
love you guys.
Again, just because without all this show would not be possible. Stud Lake. He is very much kind of like what would you like a consultant?
Mm.
He tells us what's going to be a good idea, what's going to be bad.
Stud Lake is wise.
He is, yeah, he's
Stud
like,
Lake is a wise man.
yeah, you know Yoda? Put him in a trash can. Shrink down Stud Lake, put him in a little geezer outfit. Yeah, that's the new Yoda. Then we got the man himself, Sean the right
Sean
way.
the right way.
Hive is a stream clutch.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh, man. You guys are way too kind. I appreciate it.
And we got Nick and Bricks.
Nick and
yeah,
Bricks.
it's West Jersey. Yeah,
Oh, I know. I'm conflicting, right? It's just confusing.
there's a little bit there. And then we got Last Clone Studios. How's it going, sir?
Last Clone Studios, man. I like
He's-
that picture too.
Yeah, he gets some good content he's putting out there.
That's hot, man.
He's wait until you hit 60.
I laugh now.
And Christine, how's it
What's up,
going?
Christine? What's happening?
All right, he reported, such a fun day, man. Still can't wipe the smile off my face. So hopefully we're going to be able to keep that smile here a little bit longer.
Excellent.
Your video coming from
Your video.
Sean. Got some goodies today. Yeah, you were telling me about it.
Hell yeah,
All right.
man.
And then we got,
Sean.
yeah, how's it going? Nice to see Hive outside of rants. It's always extra. Well, we might be able to put a little rant in here.
You never know. But it's good to see you, Tron. Good to see
Always.
you. It's good to see all of you, man. I tell you, like I said, there's a couple people out there that I'm not too familiar with, but most all of you. And I'm glad to meet all of you. Glad to see everybody. But man, I tell you, a lot of familiar faces. I love you guys so much, man.
I agree. Everyone's just so nice. This is genuinely probably, no, it's not probably. It is probably, no. Why do I keep saying probably? It is the best community.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
They show up for support no matter what. And I'm sure I didn't even know this. 172 subs goes down 200 easy. Yeah.
And we share a lot of viewers. You,
Yeah.
me, the ACOB boys and stuff. With Girth Gang and stuff. And I feel like, honestly, like just a lot of the people that hang around in that section of the community are just so awesome, dude. You know what I mean? Like such good people and such good senses of humor.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Just strong-willed, thick-skinned people, man. I just so good. I don't know, man. I almost feel like I'm proud of all of you. I feel like I'm some big papa being like, I'm so proud of all of you.
Oh.
All right, that's probably about all the nice stuff I'll say.
Need a tissue, buddy?
No, man, I'm good.
Okay. Just thought I'd offer, some virtual
No.
tissue. All right. So Hive,
Yes.
are you ready to dig deep here?
Yeah, man. Dig in.
Ooh. I'm gonna go for seconds, twos, thirds, fourths, fifths, whatever you want to be.
What's up, alternate candidate out there? What's going on, man? How you doing?
We're going through a buffet here.
Yeah.
All right. So
All right. Well, I'm an open book. What's up?
all right. Gotta keep with tradition. What are you drinking tonight?
Just water. Circle.
Ooh, it's Circle.
It's, sweet tea, but it's not sweet, because it's sugar free.
What? How's it water and sweet tea at the same time?
Because it's these capsules here. You can buy different capsules and put it in. And it has different flavors, and it lasts for me, it lasts a good week or two.
Huh.
Yeah, but it's great because you get to drink a lot of water, but it tastes good.
Wait.
Personally, I probably wouldn't normally have it, but Mrs. Hive, she's
So
all this cool stuff, and I'm like, all right, yeah, that's great.
my question. So does it flavor to water or?
The water is regular water, but when it goes through the cartridge, that's what flavors it. And then it's got these notches where you can have it strong or weak. Yeah. And they've got new bottles. She got me one too. It's like a giant, I don't know, whatever those metal cups are called. And it's got a straw in it. But it's pretty wild, man. It's good stuff. It's just, they're expensive. That's why I wouldn't probably get it if it wasn't for her. Because each one of these things, even if you get them in bulk, they're $2-3 a piece.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the tap.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick with the tap water. But that's a fancy little gadget there. Sure.
Yeah, man. And like I said, it helps you make sure you stay hydrated, if you don't like just drinking regular plain water. So,
for sure.
Good stuff.
It seems like a little fancy gadget. Might have to try it out.
Yeah, man. I recommend it.
Maybe Brickworld would be a good place to kick it off.
Yeah, I'll bring some extra ones.
Ooh.
I'll bring man. Try them
I'll bring
out.
some cool lattes for you because I am the head of Ostis distribution.
That's right. Yeah.
Got to
I'll
have a
be
reputation.
drinking in Chicago, so that'll be good.
Yeah. Have a reputation uphold. So Hive,
Yeah.
you're about to dig into it. I've always been. Tell us about how the name Brick Hive came to be.
Yeah. So Brick Hive. bees have always kind of been like always kind of around in my life because a lot of different friends I've had and growing up and stuff, you know, they'll call me B because my name starts with Brandon, you know, Brandon starts with B. So I don't know. And I've always like drawn bees and stuff like that. So I drew this cyber wasp, you know what I mean? And it was like a really because I'm probably more critical about my own work than anybody, you know?
Yep.
So when I do something that I really like, I'm pretty proud of it. So I was really proud of that one. And when I started making the channel, I wanted to kind of use it, but then I was thinking like, how could I just, you know, use that? And then I was thinking because of the everybody being connected with Lego, I was like, it's kind of almost like a hive, you know what I mean, of just Lego collectors, you know, in this community and stuff. So I was like, Brick Hive. And then I was like, there, I can use that picture. And yeah, man, I haven't changed it since.
I like it. It's very catchy because it's like, you know your first name. And like, for most part, I call everyone by their first name, but for you, you know, I'm like, just Hive. Hive is your identity at this point.
Yeah, I mean,
at least with me.
Hive or my name is okay. Believe me, I'll take that over a lot of other names that get called. So, you know, it's all good.
Now, here's the one thing that really pisses me off about you.
Yeah, what's up?
We're always living in the same place, but 20 years apart.
I know, right? I guess for anybody that doesn't know, I used to live actually probably almost right on the spot where Austin is now.
Man.
Yeah.
Well, I could have my parents met up a little bit earlier.
Well, and the crazy thing is, like, I used to live there before then too. Like, I lived there when I was really young, and then we left, and then I moved back there. You know, I can't remember. I guess I was in my early 20s.
Like, are we talking New Franklin, Coventry, Green?
Because that's where I was living when 9/11 happened.
So was I.
Yeah.
But could barely remember a thing.
I don't know. I remember it pretty vividly. Well, it was crazy because me and my buddy were working all day, and this was before like social media and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So we were like listening to just music, and we were spraying a commercial building. Okay. So we were just jamming all day. You know what I mean? Not knowing what the hell if anything was going on. So then when we got home, his daughter was just like, yeah. And then we watched the news, and but we didn't know anything had happened until like literally like 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's pretty wild, man.
I'm shocked. We didn't hear till that late.
Like I said, we were out in the, I don't want to say it was the middle of nowhere, but it was like a commercial, almost like industrial type area. You know what I mean? And again, I mean, we had like a flip phone. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But like, I don't know. Again, no, for whatever reason, I don't know if we just didn't hear, because I didn't even have a phone at that time. My buddy did, and it was a work phone. But I don't know if he had it shut off, or we just didn't hear it, or nothing, or nobody called. I don't even remember at this point. But all I remember is like we just didn't know anything about anything until like we went home that day.
Man.
Yeah, it was really crazy, man. Yeah, and then you imagine like we're trying to backtrack and figure out like what had happened. Yeah,
you're trying to play connect dots.
Yeah, it's a long time ago. Can't believe it's like 24 years ago now.
As soon as you said a long time ago, I had Jim Croce came into my mind because he has that song a long time ago.
Yeah, he's a good artist. Yeah.
He is good. He died too soon.
I saw you had a question out there, man.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, Terminator was saying, what are y'all sets for looking most forward to?
Oh, I know mine, but I'll let you go first.
I'd probably say either the Bag In set that's coming out or the Jango Fett Slave One. I'm not calling it whatever they're calling it.
Mine,
Starship.
I think everyone here in the chat, other than Terminator, knows what mine is. It's a set of my life. I've wanted it since I was had not wanted, but envisioned it since I was wee little, because Attack of the Clones is my favorite movie. I know. I'm not sure how Hive will appreciate that take.
Oh, no, but, I'm a fan.
It's like, in Jango Fett, the dude's so cool. And the story of how he got the ship is sweet. But yeah, I'm so happy that they're finally, it's the set of my life. You know how Sean over at ACOB was like, the set of our lives is the Barge, right? Barge Boys. That's how it is for me with the Slave One. I am over the moon, so that's my number one. Can't wait for it. Yeah. I just need to be it's May 1st it's coming out, right?
Probably. I can't remember the exact day, but yeah, I think that I'm really hoping it's gonna complement that well. I don't even know if I'm having high expectations, but like I literally almost want it to look exactly the same, just the color difference. You know what I mean? But
we'll
shall see.
We'll see in due time.
We shall see.
I'm hoping, because like I don't want to be completely, I'm hyping this setup so big in my mind. I have such a high expectation. I just want it to be met so bad, because it's like 20 years I'm manifesting it. It's like I want this bad boy.
Yeah, but I have no doubt it's going to look great though.
Yeah. Regardless, I'm excited. But
me too.
So Hive.
Yes.
How did, I know you've probably said it a million times, but I'm gonna have you repeat it, like we're in a tunnel.
Yeah.
But how did the idea, or what was the idea and what inspired you to go and create Pure Rant Fury?
Well, there's a lot of different things that kind of contributed to it. So I always did 2 different streams, and that was Good Morning Brickworld and something I call Hive streams. Instead of live streams, I just called them Hive streams. Yeah. So the Hive streams could be anything. All they were was just live streams that weren't Good Morning Brickworld. But like sometimes they'd be build streams, sometimes they'd be just I draw on them. You know what I mean? Just whatever. Now, during all this time of me streaming or making videos and stuff, one thing I've been known for is to rant about stuff. Nothing to the extreme, I'd say. But yeah, I've always been known to rant. So somehow or another, a lot of people, I don't know if I'd say a lot, but plenty of people would talk to me about things that just annoyed them, or about maybe in the community, or things like things about LAN, or maybe things about Lego, like what the price is, or just et cetera, just different things, right? And so I started turning the Hive streams into like these rant streams, and then eventually I started turning that into Pure Rant Fury. And if anybody's wondering where I got Pure Rant Fury, there's a band that I love called Clutch. Ironically, yeah, they're called Clutch. I didn't even think about that.
And you are Clutch.
Well, so they're called Clutch, but they have an album called Pure Rock Fury. So that's where I kind of pulled that from. You know what I mean? Because I was like, yeah, what sounds like, something hard, you know what I mean? Like, and I was like, well, obviously ranting. I was like, yeah, Pure Rant Fury. But the thing about Pure Rant Fury is like, it started off as just kind of rant about stuff, but it evolved into what I call like a parody stream of like all of the happy, fluffy marshmallow stuff that's in the community. Good Morning Brickworld included. You know what I mean? And how that stuff is important and great, obviously, for many reasons. You pull a community together. It's nice to be positive about stuff. But I just felt like myself and a lot of other people just wanted to rant and just kind of like, get some fury out, or complaints about, or whatever, just, whatever the case is, and just have fun with it, whether it's jokes or rants or, but what it really is just maybe some things that annoy me even a little bit, and I just crank it up to like 11. I just douse it in gasoline and light it on fire. It's mostly pure nonsensical, and it took off a lot crazier than I thought it would. As a matter of fact, I get more views on Pure Rant Fury in 2 days than I do a whole week in Good Morning Brickworld.
Really?
Oh yeah. But it's, I was telling you about how like the analytics are just all over the place with this stream, because people either love it or hate it. There's not really much about in the middle. And I will say, it's shown me a lot about the community, because there are people out there that, obviously they care about me, they're my friends or whatever, but they might not like Pure Rant Fury, and they just don't want it, you know what I mean? But then there's all my friends that do watch it, and most of all of the people that watch it, man, disagree with me a lot of times on stuff, you know what I mean? But they just still come back, you know what I mean, for different reasons. But I always appreciate and respect the hell out of everybody that does, because it shows to me that you guys might not agree with me about stuff, or not even maybe like a joke or something like that, but you like other stuff about it, and that you're willing to come back. And then there's a whole bunch of people that hate it and unsubscribe to me immediately or send me messages about how messed up I am.
Yeah, I remember there was a time, I'm not going to say what the episode was just because I don't want to, bring back any drama or whatever.
No, man, I don't care. Honestly, look, I will tell you this about all that stuff that happened before. I pulled back from it for my friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I was sick and tired of people kind of going after some of my friends about stuff. You know what I mean? So I just kind of left it alone. But yeah, if I ever like disconnect myself from a lot of stuff in the community, like, certain shows or whatever like that, yeah, I'll be back.
Yeah, you'll be back eventually. Matter of time.
Yeah.
So as we're talking, about the, internet hate or whatever,
yeah,
that you receive.
Yeah.
How do you feel when people take your Pure Rant Fury personally? Like, like you have that warning, that you put out in every episode, like, hey, this may not be your cup of tea, you're welcome to leave at any time. What do you wish you could, if the people that take it personally, if you could sit down with them one-on-one, kind of like what we're doing here, what would you tell
them? I mean, it's I would say it's easy to explain, but it's not for some people, man. You know what I mean? Here's the thing that I tell people all the time. There's a difference between maybe me being offensive and you being offended. Because there's a lot of stuff that I say or joke around about or whatever, man, that makes this person laugh, but then this person hates it. Yeah. So, you know what? I'm going to please some people. I'm not going to please everybody. The biggest thing that I get across is it's none of it's personal. And when I've ranted about people, except for maybe like two, there's like maybe two people that's a little bit different, but everybody else, man, like I don't know them, you know what I mean? So it's nothing like I know what they're like or anything like that. Yeah. But I've ranted about everybody. I mean, I don't want to say everybody, but just I've ranted about so many different people or situations or whatever, that, and myself included. I had a whole stream dedicated just ranting about myself. Carl understand what I'm talking about. But if I, like, look, I've had a lot of conversations with people back, behind the scenes about a lot of this stuff. And I've told everybody, like, look, some people I've ranted about, they're my, my friends or whatever. They don't care. Yeah. They know I don't mean anything. Like, I'm just joking around about stuff. And I don't feel like I cross too many lines, to be quite honest with you. I feel like I'm pretty tame, actually, compared to a lot of people. But other people, I've told them, I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings. Yeah. Like, because that's the thing, man, is like,
it's not your intention.
Well, no, I mean, it might, no, not purely, like, you know what I mean? It's just, the thing is, a lot of people they see it from an outside perspective. They don't understand what the hell it is, or they just get a first reaction impression or whatever. And you know what I mean? But yeah, if somebody's offended and they want to, because again, people have talked to me about it, you know what I mean? Behind the scenes. And, yes, if I rant about something, your content, I mean, I'm not going to apologize that I'm not going to tell you like, hey, yeah, I was just kidding around. No, your content sucks. I wasn't kidding around. But if it hurt your feelings or you're that crumbled about it, I'm sorry. Yeah. I don't want you to feel like
it's constructive criticism.
Well, no, sometimes it's not constructive. Sometimes it's just me being an ass. But the point is like, I don't look. If somebody's out there and says, man, Brick Hive stuff sucks, I hate it, blah, 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 he's just blah, 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 I don't care. The only people that are going to hurt my feelings are people that I care about. And I've said this many, many times. You know what I mean? Do I want people to go out there and say shit? I don't know. Maybe. Again, I don't care. It doesn't bother me. I'm not that fragile. You know what I mean? It's and again, here's one of the biggest distinctions that I've tried to make with a lot of stuff as well, is a lot of people, and I had to like look some of this stuff up, because there is something called social bullying. Okay. Now it's not the same thing as cyberbullying, because cyberbullying is basically the same type of bullying you would do in real life. If you come up to somebody, you go in their comments, whatever, your DMs, whatever, you're coming at them, tagging them and stuff.
When
Right.
you say cyberbullying, makes me think of, you've seen Cobra Kai, right?
Yeah,
The first season where Johnny, he restarts the dojo and everything.
right.
And Aisha, I think's her name in the show. She goes, yeah, these people bully me online. And he goes, man, are they cowards or what? Like, because at least when we did it, there was nobility, da 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 da. You know,
Well,
go back.
apparently, social bullying is, let's say, Ostif, I think you're an asshole, all right? And I go on Pure Rant Fury, and I'm like, man, Ostif Bricks, that channel, he sucks. What an asshole. You know, that's social bullying because it can offend you or hurt your feelings. And since it's me in my corner of the net and I'm not coming at you, it's a different type of bullying because it's on the internet. So if you see it, it can hurt your feelings and whatever. You know what I mean? So now here's the thing is, and I know some people are definitely going to hate me for this or whatever, but I don't care. The day that I'm going to be forced to not call somebody an asshole because I think they're an asshole or I think their stuff sucks and I don't want to say this or that or whatever, then that's just the day I'm not going to have. You know what I mean? That's stuff that I'm seeing in other countries right now where you can get arrested for calling somebody a name or something like that. You know what I mean?
No, that's silly.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, like, again, I don't go and attacking people like, you know, going to them. I don't do that. You know what I mean? And even when I have like criticized people and stuff like that, it's nothing personal. I don't say anything about them personally.
Yeah.
It's usually about their content, obviously, but like, yeah, I don't know, man. I try to be funny. That's the point, you know. I just like, I don't know, man. I generally just try and make people laugh.
Do you ever, and I think you do that well because I'm always cracking up.
Sometimes.
Friday nights. Sometimes
I make people mad.
I don't think you've ever made me mad, genuinely. Because
it's all good, man. I mean, look, if you get offended, it's not like, look, if you get offended, man, it's not. I don't judge people by it because look, it's a knee-jerk reaction. Just like if you laugh about something, right? You know what I mean? Like you can't help how you feel about something. It's how you react about it. That's where the difference comes in. You know what I mean? Are you going to take it so personally and then, you know? And by all means, I don't care if people attack me with names and stuff like that. There was a whole different reason why I had a problem with all that drama that happened. You know what I mean? Because it wasn't opinions. It was like a bunch of accusations about stuff. That's where I had a problem, you know? So, but yeah, the Pure Rant Fury came about with just like looking and making fun and poking fun and criticizing a lot of the stuff that's in the community that's generally either disingenuous or just silly, you know, maybe cringy, you know? So I don't know. And some stuff, dude, honestly, I probably just say just to get a rise out of people, you know?
And do you ever feel that it ever hits a point where people will try and use it as like personal criticism towards you, or do you feel that it's not? Like, how do you handle it? Like, is there ever a time like where, you know, you'll say it and then I'm not saying like you're that person at all, like, you know, you're going out there to say it, but say if it like accidentally does happen, you know, it's some things just happen. It's unintentional. Like you don't genuinely, like sometimes it's just said and it's said, you know. We're human.
Like if I say something that offends somebody?
Yeah. Like, do you ever feel that?
Or I guess let me rephrase that. If I say something and somebody gets offended by it?
Yes. Yeah.
Here's the problem with that. For instance, I was talking to somebody once about that drama. And they said, well, why don't you just apologize? Right. And again, if somebody comes to me and like we're talking privately or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'll apologize to you. And if you're really that hurt by it, you know what I mean? But the thing I was saying was, well, if I apologize to that person, then I got to apologize to every single person that I've made fun of or criticized on this show. And it's not going to happen. Nobody is more special than somebody else. Yeah. And that's something that I had a real problem with too, is
we're all equal pieces of shit.
She's a girl. You can't make fun of her. Bullshit. I believe in equality, and if I can make fun of Austin Bricks, then I can make fun of that person. You know what I mean?
And I feel like it also comes to a point. It's like, okay, you're on the internet, so let alone it's a terrible place. I mean, but it's like, I mean, if you're gonna create a channel or any form of making content creation, however it could be, you could be someone that's using, you know, borderline OF stuff to get clicks. You know, it's like you have to be able to prepare yourself that not everyone's gonna like what you put out. But
Yeah,
I know for
and
a
I
fact there's people that don't
completely-
like this show, and that's fine. It's like,
dude, and I wouldn't expect everybody to like it.
yeah,
It's
It's
not
like-
for everybody. Everybody's got different tastes, man.
Yeah.
And I think generally the people that like Pure Rant Fury are just generally people that can really let loose. They don't have thin skin. They can take a joke.
Yeah.
They like to wallow in some filthy humor sometimes, you know.
Mhm.
But the thing that I've noticed about everybody that watches Pure Rant Fury, unless they're like a troll or something, but like everybody, no matter how crazy, chaotic, dirty, or whatever we get,
Mhm.
everybody is respectful. Nobody goes and attacks anybody that I ran about.
Yeah.
If anything, everybody knows if I ran about somebody, not only, you know, I don't judge you if you like that person. You know what I mean? I always say, like, if you like them,
different
I mean,
tastes
that's
of tea.
awesome. You know what I mean? It has nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like a lot of people that love my stuff, they trust me. I'm sure if they know some people that are like, yeah, I don't like Hive at all.
Mhm.
So yeah, man. That's why I appreciate my audience, you know, my viewers so much,
Yeah.
man. You know what I mean?
You got
Like,
to.
but
'Cause
that's
they
why I always
love us.
try and stay as authentic as I can with them as well, you know?
Mhm. That's for sure. And it's like, you know, I want to bring up, because I have this point here. If I look away from the screen, I'm not ignoring you. I have my
No, you're
little-
good. You're good, man. I know.
I ran out of notepaper paper. So
I
had to-
write down some napkins and stuff.
Yeah. and I realized that Apple has this beautiful app called Notes. And I just kind of realized it fully, like its full extent with the new update. I'm like, you know what? I could save some trees. Mother Nature will be happy. Reckon it's probably going to be doubled up with some toilet paper after the curry I ate. But hey, that's what it's all there for. But
You know,
Nick-
real quick, I wanted to add something real quick.
Yeah.
Just because I sometimes, again, even people that might be new and like my stuff, they might not quite understand some things. So I need everyone to understand, like, I spread rants around evenly.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want everybody to know that. Like, I mean, people that have watched me, they know this. You know what I mean? But if they're new, like, you can probably tell I'm a huge Star Wars fan.
Yep.
But if you don't think
Are
I
you?
won't rant about Dave Filoni or even George Lucas, definitely Kathleen Kennedy or Ryan Johnson. Like, I'll rant about anybody. I don't
Yeah.
care. You know what I mean? Not for everything and all things, but if they do stupid stuff, you know what I mean? I'll definitely rant about it. But I just want to make sure everybody knows I'm an equal opportunity ranter. So
Yeah, equal hate for all. I'm joking. I'm joking. Give me hate or give me nothing. So
Excuse me.
as I was saying, I was looking at my notes here, and Nick and Bricks. That always sends me for a whirl. I always want to say Nick and Bricks, but it's Nick
David.
and Bricks.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe the end throws. I have no idea. But he says, "Who or what has gotten ranted about the most?"
Well, Coop is pretty hit the nail on
Yep.
the head there with
Land
Land
and
and Disney. My thoughts about Land members has evolved over time.
Mhm. How did it
there's-
start, and where's it at now?
as far as Land members?
Mhm.
Well, it started where I mistakenly just had a broad view about Land members, like in general, like not even thinking of them as, and all right, I don't want to say it like that. It doesn't sound right, but I don't think as their content or maybe something, maybe it's just blurry. It's hard to sometimes in the beginning to see them more as individual creators, as
Mhm.
part of a whole group of Lamb. You know what I mean? Now, obviously, I knew a lot of people as individual creators that were in Lamb, but I'm just saying, like, when you think of Lamb, I just always just kind of lumped them all together.
Mhm.
And then over time, so because of that, yeah, my perception on them wasn't that great.
Hey.
But here's the thing: is again, it's never anything personal because I have friends that were in Land, right?
Mhm.
It's not like I think anything less of them. But what's evolved over time is there's some Land members, and those have watched me, they know I don't like at all. Like, I never really have anything good to say about them.
Yeah, I'm
At
not
all.
saying, but I don't like them either.
But other Land members either are indifferent because I don't know them, I don't really watch them or know anything about them. But then there's other Land members that I think are good people anyways.
Mhm.
You know, even as over time has gone, like, I've made friends with a lot more of them. But I feel like I'm more mad at Land than the Land members because the program itself is flawed in a lot of different ways. And when I look at the Land members, I'm just like, look, you know, I can be jealous if I want or whatever, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Not just because of free sets, but because of any other types of opportunities that may come with it. But the thing is that over time, I've learned that I don't think it's worth it.
Mhm.
I think honestly, they should get paid for
Yeah.
their time, for the amount of hours they might put in making a video and editing it and stuff like
Mhm.
that.
Mhm.
Because yeah, everybody's like free sets, but dude, free sets don't pay your bills, and you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like,
And sometimes it's
and
that you may not even like.
maybe it used to be where, you know, there was less of them and they could really make a lot out of their content with it, you know, helping their channel grow and then making a living off of it. But now, dude, there's over 100 land members and like they're all competing with themselves. And
Mhm.
now they become more and more shackled. You know, we all heard about the NDA stuff, all these rules. You know, you got to release this and release this. You can't leak this. I would go nuts. You know what I mean? Going, you know,
Back and
bouncing off the
forth.
walls. Yeah. But yeah, I just I don't know. I don't hate, you know, like I don't hate a lot of them like I used to. Well, hate was a strong word anyways, because like I said, it's not like I hated them. It's just I don't know what it was. But yeah, I think a lot of it too was some of them I feel like are a little disingenuous with the honesty of what Lego is. But then it's like, well, they're there for a job. They don't get paid for it. That's a whole different subject, but they're there to do a service. You know what I mean? Lego basically hired them per se. You know, I got them in land to promote and then whatever other silly things they say they do. But yeah, so that's where that's evolved. Disney, I figure, is just pretty obvious because they can't do anything right.
No. I will say, I will give credit where credit's due.
Mm.
You know, it's not them doing it. It's another company, but, you know, they gave the creative liberty to them. It's a Jedi Fallen Order and Survivor series. Games are great.
Yeah.
Other than, like, you know, in Survivor, they made Vader seem super weak against Junda. I can't remember her name. But, yeah, they toned him down. Like, Vader would have, like, decapitated her in, like, 2 seconds. I'm sorry. Like, there at that point in time in war and everything, Vader was, like, at his peak of hate and anger. So that dude would have just, like, you're telling me, like, he's in, like, a 30-minute lightsaber duel, and the entire time, you know, being beat over by bookcases or whatever. You're telling me this man doesn't have the skill just to slice it in half while it's coming down on him while he's, like, force choking her? Like, dude, you already force choked your wife. Just saying.
Right, yeah.
It goes around, comes around.
But yeah, they got some little gold nuggets once in a while, you know what I mean? But yeah, they've just
after polishing so many turds, you should get a golden one. It's that piece of corn that's in there sometimes. You know? It's a diamond in the rough.
Yeah.
So can you tell me, you know, how did your love and fascination with Lego itself, not before like the content and everything, how did that begin? Like, what's that story look like?
You mean like how I came out of my dark ages kind of thing?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Lego when, you know, as a kid, and I'm old enough to where like we had like Castle and stuff, but we didn't have like Star Wars. We didn't have any themes like you know what I mean? And Lego back then, for the most part, was like, yeah, if we bought like you got a castle or whatever for your birthday or something like that, you'd build it, but then eventually just get broken down. You just had a big box full of Lego. You just build whatever with. So, but Lego wasn't like a big thing for me when I was a kid. I mean, you know, a little bit, but not like crazy.
Here and there.
I mean, I was more like G.I. Joe, Transformers, you know what I mean, that kind of stuff. And as I grew up, you know, I was just a nerd in general. Like I collected comic books, figurines, you know, stuff like that. All kinds of different Star Wars toys. Yeah, at whatever, some point, you know, probably a couple years before I started the channel. So it would have been like maybe 2015. It was, I think, right before actually Force Awakens and stuff came out.
Okay.
So it might have been like 2014. I can't remember. But yeah, Mrs. Hive bought me a Star Wars set. And then she eventually bought me, she started getting me some of those planet ones. You remember the planets that had the ship and the fig in it?
Yep.
Because she knew how much I loved the ships. I was like building models. Like I've had a fantastic, a Millennium Falcon model and just all kinds of different models that I was building. So yeah, she just bought me some Lego from Star Wars, man. I started really getting into it. And yeah, that's how I got sucked back into Lego. And then once I saw like, you know, all the stuff that had come out and then was starting to come out because of like Force Awakens, you know, and all that.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was insanity, man. I really wish I could have been on a few years earlier, you know, because I do believe what do the guys say is like 2014 is like, I know you guys debate about it a lot, but I hear 2014 is definitely one of the best years for Lego Star Wars.
Yeah, I concur.
But I will say, man, and this is probably why maybe I got such a bad taste in my mouth as well about a lot of stuff, because when I really just went hard into collecting, like really just started buying a bunch of stuff, the Rogue One wave came out. I bought almost everything from Rogue One.
One of the best waves of all time.
Every one of those sets, dude, were freaking epic, man. And then
big selection was on point.
And like Kylo Ren's shuttle from Force Awakens, and like, you know, the First Order TIE fighter, like that was like the last really good TIE fighter in my opinion. Yeah, those planet sets were great, man. 2013, 2014. So I think because I started on all those sets, and then, you know, like you guys have heard me talking about like them dumbing down a lot of stuff and everything. I think that's why I'm like, it's like, what the hell, man?
It gets hard to, it's like you have to be very selective now, especially with like, you know, we all have the same opinion. How expensive this crap, not crap, how expensive it's just outrageous. So it's like you have to be super selective, because it's like, it's almost like almost a McDonald's worker's salary, you know, depending where you're at to get everything.
I don't know how, honestly, I mean, it's a whole different conversation, but I don't know how everybody does it.
No.
I mean, and when I say that, I'm not talking about everybody, okay? Because I know there's a lot of us that are old enough, you know what I mean? Or maybe we're able to make a lot of money. You know, when I say old enough, I'm saying because like it's taken me 20 some years, man, to get to a point where I can make enough money to really just buy, you know, Lego on the whim kind of thing. but I don't know how everybody else does it, dude.
So
I really don't, because it's, dude, you would be better off being a junkie, man. It'd be cheaper. Your life would go downhill very fast. But
I mean, it's debatable. Our lives do sometimes as well when it comes to personal life.
But I mean, I just don't know how anybody like keeps up with buying once in a while is one thing, but like, you know how we buy Lego, dude. I'm just like,
we're fiending. I mean, we're fiending for sets that not even out yet. That's how bad it is, you know? We're fiending for sets that don't come out until fall. It's like, gosh, where's this all going? Rest in peace, our bank accounts this year. Depending how things are executed.
Right?
But it could be this could be the year I file bankruptcy. I'm joking. Don't get to that point, folks.
Right? Yeah, definitely don't get to that.
Have some cutoff. Like, trade off, like, you know what, if you want to get some more Lego, pick up DoorDash and, you know, do something.
Yeah, you really should know your limit and stuff like that. But I think it's hard for a lot of us, man. You know what I mean? If you've got like maybe an addictive personality, you know, obviously stuff like FOMO and everything doesn't help.
Yeah, the FOMO I think is huge. I think it's more present now than it was like maybe like 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah,
because of all the content creators coming out doing their own thing, and it's just like, you know, and
you have to detach yourself from the community, man.
Yeah, and that's what also I think makes the Lego so much fun for us. Is it's not so much the Lego itself, but the community.
Yeah,
you know, it's like you want to be able to be present and share your thoughts while it's hot, like what everyone else is doing. You know, you want to be up to date.
Yeah, and that's. I mean, and that's the weird thing about the community is the community is, you know, like when I say like we're all binded by Lego, I mean, that's very, very true. But even in our community, there's different factions of things. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like for instance, I just saw Coconut out there. You know what I mean?
He's also he's an alumni.
Yes, he's an alumni. You know, it's funny, Coconut, by the way, what's up, brother? I did a shout out and a speed build on Coconut like a long time ago, man.
Coconut is
he's such a good dude. Coconut, look, if you ain't watching Coconut, you're gonna definitely need to go subscribe, because Coconut is a really, like, truly a really good dude. Like, if you know, there's some good people in the community, and Coconut is a good person.
I would say, I would
I can honestly say that, dude. Like, he's a good dude. But he's a rad mock builder. But
if it wasn't for Coconut, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah, I mean, Coconut's definitely inspired a lot of people, man. And I'm really happy to see how much he's grown as well. He definitely deserves it.
He needs everyone if you're not sub to him, help the man hit 100K. He's like knocking at the door. He's getting close.
Yeah, he's getting there. But
he's, you know, down the street knocking the door.
These different factions of the community, I think no matter what faction you're in, is if you're a mock builder, if you just build sets, if you build sets because you just are addicted to collecting, or if you build sets for more of the therapeutic aspect of it, whatever it is, right? Mm-hmm. No matter what it is, like it's expensive for everybody.
Yeah,
I would say maybe even more expensive actually for mock builders.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like hearing, you know, talking to a lot of these mock builders, you know, in the green room after the shows, they'll like say like how much sometimes. I'm like, whew. Yeah, there goes my idea of ever wanting to build a mock. Like, I would have to work 3 full-time jobs to figure swing it.
Yeah, I'm going small this year with the mock. The last couple of times I've gone like pretty big. Nothing too elaborate, but just big in general. And yeah,
not too big, huh?
It's expensive. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Pink? Well, did you notice my jersey change? I was wondering if anybody was gonna notice. I went from the light to the dark from this morning to tonight.
I like to switch.
Yeah. But yeah, that whole aspect though about just, you know, the different ways to enjoy Lego and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Yeah.
So you and I, not everyone might know this, you and I are very much into art.
Yes.
In some way, because, you know, I still feel bad. I still left that stream like 2 minutes in after, you know, we were going to sketch together or whatever, but life happened.
Oh, man, you're good.
Life happened. We'll have to do it again here soon.
Yeah, definitely.
But I remember you split up on, I think it was, I did like a World War II German infantry, was it? Or was it Kylo?
I think it was Kylo. I think that was what I was,
Okay.
I want to say it was Kylo.
Yeah, because I was just digging through an old bin that I found at my grandmother's house. You know, and I did that drawing probably in like middle school, and he slid up on it. I'm like, oh, this man's a like art legend. And he said my stuff was good, and I'm like,
oh yeah, definitely, man.
Like, I can't stand it, but so
well, like I was saying, man, usually artists are the most critical of their own work. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, it's like so. Going on that point, do you feel that your love and your passion, along with your connection for art, translates into your own love and your own personal connection with Lego?
I think it is, or at least it will be hopefully infused more into mock building. I don't know, honestly. I mean, I guess maybe the creativity part of it. As far as like stuff like, you know, building the city and all that kind of stuff. But I don't think so, really. I feel like I'm already lazy enough with my art.
Aren't we all?
Well, I don't know. I some artists, they can just get right into it. Like it's why I didn't get a job as an artist, you know, because I was gonna like first I was gonna maybe do like graphic design and stuff like, because I've done a lot of graphic design work and work for some companies, you know, making ads. I've done a lot of commission stuff for either businesses or done like portraits for people or their pet. Done a lot of pet portraits and stuff like that. But I just do it at my own pace when I want to do it, and then when I do commission stuff, it's not like I'll take forever. But generally, I'll let them know, be like, yeah, I mean, I'm not fast. So if you need this in like a crunch, I was like, I'm not going to be the artist for you. Because it's, for me, it's easy, but it's not easy. Yeah. I've tried to explain to people, like when I do like hyper realism portraits and stuff like that, I'll sit there and it'll take me 20 some hours to draw a portrait. You know what I mean? Now I won't do it all at once. It's spread out over time. But if I'm like sitting there drawing a hyper realism portrait, you know, for even a couple of hours, it feels like I ran a mile because I'm just so hyper focused on it. You know what I mean? I guess the way I've tried to explain to people is like, if you went to college or whatever in school and you had to really study for a test, like really cram for a test, you know, like by the time you're done studying and all this stuff, like you just feel exhausted, just mentally exhausted. Yeah. That's why a lot of, you see a lot of vending machines in colleges and stuff, you know, for your energy drinks or snacks or something like that. So,
sure.
I don't know
about that.
Yeah. Well, because an ex-girlfriend of mine years ago bought me a tattoo machine. And I started like, you know, basically tattooing myself, you know what I mean? Like practicing.
Do you still have it?
No, somebody stole it.
Oh.
I know. I really wish I knew who stole it. I've thought about getting another one because I was gonna get apprenticeship in tattooing. That's what I was gonna try and do for a living. But again, it's one thing for me to like draw something, but like I can't draw like tattoos on somebody for like an hour and be like, all right, man, I'm done. You go home. We'll come back to it whenever I feel like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I have my appointment stuff booked to get the Cool Hand tattoo. From the to stream for Cali and everything. I still have to get that done. So I was like, shoot, if you had it, I'd have you just gun it right on. Well,
if I get a new machine, I'll let you know. So
yeah, you know what? I bet you I can find a machine and bring it to Brickworld.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a little while, man. But it's fun, and the great thing about like tattooing is the way you can shade and bring out colors is like a lot different than trying to do it on paper. You know what I mean? It's almost like I like to sculpt once in a while. I'll do like a pumpkin carving or get some clay and sculpt something like that, and that's really awesome because it creates its own shadows. You know what I mean? So like it's really interesting because instead of drawing shadows, like you carve something and it creates its own. So it's pretty rad.
You're pretty rad.
No, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. This chat's pretty rad.
Yeah, they're all pretty rad. Can I ask you a really greedy question?
Yeah, of course.
Are we ever gonna get a Johnny Lawrence Pure Rant Fury super or something?
A Johnny what?
Johnny Lawrence.
Dude, there's a handful of ones I still
little sweep the leg, You guys have like a little montage of
I'll tell you
what,
if you find me a clip you want me to use, send it to me.
Oh, got it.
Just find some on YouTube and send it to me, and let me see how easy it'll be for me to convert it over. And yeah, totally. Yeah, send it to me. Yeah, it'll be just for you. Maybe I'll make it a super chat or something like that.
Heck yeah. When I did the after hours and I said I really dislike Miyagi-Do Kuriyagi. I got so many people. I got like 2 or 3 people that went to my DMs like, you're just a Cobra Kai fan. But it's like, no, before Cobra Kai was a show. I'm like, Johnny's just the stuff, dude.
Yeah, and you know what? Did you ever hear about the theory about how Ralph Macchio's character, what's his name now? I can't remember.
Daniel LaRusso?
Yeah, how he was really the bad guy.
Yeah.
Karate Kid. And after watching, I was like,
he is the bad guy.
I agree with that, man. I think Johnny got the bad end of the stick in all that, man.
I mean, yeah.
Like if you look at it through that kind of lens and everything. Now, I'm not just saying Johnny was just innocent and everything.
No, he started it a little bit, but he let it go. But LaRusso had to start it up again.
It just kept going on.
That's like, dude, the guy was just smoking a joint in the bathroom stall. Just could have let him have his piece. But no, he had to get an entire shower hose onto the guy. That's like, what do you expect? He's gonna beat the tar out of you.
So I've watched some of Cobra Kai, but I haven't had a chance to watch all of it or anything. But I've heard nothing but good stuff about that show, man.
It's good.
Like from just about everybody that's ever watched it.
Season 6 made me cry like a baby.
Oh boy.
Final little bit. Oh, well, my mom even says Johnny's the best. I may have not indoctrinated her with that, but we'll catch up on the chat here. How about you say that? A little intermish from the questions. I've just so everyone knows, I would love to keep up with the chat as much, but it'd make it very difficult to do an interview.
Yeah, no, that's understandable. Yeah. I'm sure they all understand.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I've never seen Dune, so indoctrinate me a little bit.
Oh my gosh, what the Dune set? I don't want to curse and everything on your show. I mean,
no, I'm fine. I
don't know, man. I feel like I don't know if I'm gonna do it justice, man. And I feel like I gotta be mad. I'm in a good mood.
Okay, yeah. We'll wait for the end of the show and we'll completely.
See if I get triggered or something, I guess.
Nate, he says Lego economics truth. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting for sure.
With the brown and light brown or whatever variant of Qui-Gon that's going around right now.
Yeah, so that I touched upon that last Friday. Yeah, this last Friday. Yeah. So my whole thing about it really is what's going on with Lego.
Ooh, with the Vice President of the United States here.
Oh, okay.
While you're here, make Lego cheap again.
Yeah. So I guess the biggest thing is why is Lego making these mistakes, man?
time after time, and yet they're going to charge what, $70 for the set? You can't.
I mean,
what's up with quality control? Is it just lacking?
Here's the thing I quite don't understand sometimes. Like, was this Qui-Gon? Like, I understand generally how the market works, but how does that fig go to 200 or whatever
overnight?
Like, did somebody just all of a sudden say, "I'll pay $200 for this fig," and then just across the board, $200 fucking dollars?
They just set the market and just screwed everyone over.
Oh my goodness, dude.
Shreddy's asking what JD's up to. Shreddy goes, "What's up, JD?" And, just vice president and
just vice president and but yeah, it's odd to me. I would like to know how that works out for everybody selling it for $200. How many of those go around?
It's like, panic buying drove demand sky high. Have you ever watched the movie Sky High? Do you like it?
Yeah, it's all right.
Sky High, yeah. It has Daniel Panabaker in it.
Had a lot of famous people.
Isn't Kurt Russell in it?
Yeah.
It was Kurt Russell's wife in it. I'm trying to remember.
Nah, I want to say it was like Kelly Presley or something like that. I'm not sure.
I wouldn't agree, but I don't know. I'm sure someone will fact check us.
Yeah, Pink Wills brings up really good. See, here's the problem that I was bringing up, because I agree with Pink Wills. Normally, I would say vote with your wallet, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's Lego, whether it's fast food, whatever, man. I definitely say vote for your wallet with fast food. They're ripping us off, man. And not to mention it's bad for you. But here's the problem with the
put some beef tallow in there.
The problem with the scalping stuff is, and I do agree with Pink Wills, but the problem is when they buy up everything.
Yeah.
I'm not saying some of us have been lucky to find some out in the wilderness, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just kind of randomly. But dude, I've seen not just me, but like all kinds of you out there that have scanned hundreds and hundreds of these CMF boxes and not found one. And then what I was really upset about was my boy P&J had seen been at Walmart and watched them put the boxes on the shelf.
Oh yeah, I remember you're talking about this on Friday.
No Beastmasters. So I've already been talking about for years how I'm sure people that work at Walmart or Target or something like that, when they
are
see
on it too,
clearance, they're getting it before it even hits the shelves. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So now that's a whole nother level of competition. So while I agree, generally vote for your wallet, and I still don't think anybody, just my personal humble opinion, should not be paying $200 for a minifig that's not even retired or anything. I get the hair color, but good Lord, man, it's not Darth Revan.
No,
like.
I'm gonna, I missed out on the Kanan, with the black and brown. So I want to at least partake in one. I'll probably follow suit with it. But
you want to hear my kick in the balls? I had that Qui-Gon Jinn, and guess what? I sold his ass for like $4 on Whatnot. Dude, I was looking all over this room. I was like, please tell me I still have this thing. Because I'm not gonna sell it for $200, but I'll sell it for a few extra bucks, man. You know what I mean? I don't mind making a little bit of money. I just think gouging people is definitely not good.
Yeah, like I'm in that camp, when you're trying to look for them. I never really quite left Lego or anything, but there's a time, where we were moving a lot and stuff, and I kept my collection at my grandma's or whatever, because it's like our family's home base, because my grandma never moved. So,
well, here's another thing
up there, and I had my childhood Lego collection, and I kid you not, there's like 5 or 6, 7, 8 Shadow ARF Troopers in there, because when it came out, the poly bag on eBay was like $20. So I just keep buying them or whatever. And I went back, a year and some change ago to go get it. They're like, oh yeah, we donated it all. I'm like,
dude, my parents did that with a bunch of my comic books, man. Like I left them with them and in my long boxes. And yeah, I don't know when they did it, but I came back to visit one year. I was going to check them out, check some prices on some stuff. Because I had like the Death of Superman. I had like Wildcats #2 signed by Jim Lee. I had all kinds of stuff, dude. Yeah, I sold it all at a yard sale. Probably just sold the whole box of comics for like $10 or something. I'm like, do you guys know how much money was sitting in those boxes?
Yeah, it's like the same thing to shout. It's like Grams. We were sitting on a fucking gold mine. Would have to buy a set again. Right. Not literally, but at least I could get the best star.
When it comes to like the the CMF stuff though, what's interesting is there's two aspects to that whole scalping issue, right? So the first half is buying up all the CMFs, right? But then the second half is like clearly gouging the price, selling them, whatever you want to say, ripping people off. But I was really focused on the first half of it, buying up all of the figs. Now, obviously, we don't have a poll going right now, but I'm kind of curious. Does that make everybody mad? Because like if you just go buy up all the figs, not whatever you're gonna do with them. Don't think about that part. Just buying up all the figs. No, you don't have to. I'm just saying because the whole thing I'm thinking about is, would you be mad if you wanted to collect a bunch of knights for your mock, or would you be mad if you were buying a bunch of Star Wars figs for a clone army? Because I know obviously my cloner buddies, they like to make a lot of clone armies. You know what I mean? So they'd be buying a lot of these 501st battle packs, for instance. Now I know there's a big difference clearly from buying a bunch and keeping them for yourselves to put in a collection or whatever mock, and then buying a bunch and then reselling them for like whatever gouging price. But I'm just curious if people still get upset when they buy up all the figs, because again, that's not unique to scalpers. Buying up a lot of figs is like I said, I've seen knight armies, clone armies, all kinds of different stuff. So yeah, I always like to look at always the broader perspective about things like that. You know what I mean?
I hope I worded this right for the poll.
Oh, let me check. I actually got the stream pulled up on a different tab.
Feeling about people scalping figs. Yes means okay with it, and no means no. So
I almost want to pick the wrong answer.
You just almost sabotaged your own poll. I apologize to everyone on the replay gang. I'm not sure if you'll be able to partake.
Well, so far it's a pretty solid no.
I'm gonna vote yes just to be different.
I was just checking out a couple of these comments. I want a Qui-Gon variant, but I ain't paying more than $20. I feel you on that.
I'm gonna say your best bet is go, man. It's gonna be 1 in a million, but I'm sure you could find it if you looked hard enough. You check your like little independent Lego stores, mom and pop Lego shops that may not know about this community.
I think the best,
right now.
Also, Lego Longoria was telling me a good place to check is Best Buy. I think another good place to check would be like a CVS or Walgreens, because these are places maybe your average.
Barnes and Nobles too.
Yeah, I would check Barnes and Nobles. And it depends on where you live too. You know what I mean? What kind of environment you're around, how many people are around you, blah, blah, blah.
I'm going to check here soon.
I'm curious. Here's another thing, like just to say in the chat, like, I'm curious, how is everybody scanning CMFs now if your Walmart's got them behind plexiglass?
Yeah.
Because I can't scan them no more.
You just better hope that you have a buddy or good buddy old pal that works at Walmart.
Because can you imagine asking the Walmart employee to open up and they just stay there just scanning them all? They're like, I thought you were going to grab a pack.
Like, oh, I am. Just depending if you have what I want. Just no, what you should do is like, just be like, yeah, don't worry, I'm going to buy them. I'm just looking for the one I have. And as soon as they don't have it, don't say a word to the employee. Just walk the opposite way and just see how they take it. They are getting paid by the hour, so they might be chill with it.
It's hard to say.
Make employees wait. Fuck them. Could they might have something they have to do. Yeah. I'm not scanning because I'm not waiting 25 minutes for it.
I know, right?
It takes me about 25 minutes for the damn attendant to come.
Yeah, right.
Damn. Especially here, you know how bad Arlington's probably gotten.
Oh wow, yeah.
Wally World doesn't hit the same anymore. VP, are you gonna fix it?
Wally World. I haven't heard anybody call it Wally World since Pensacola, Florida, dude.
How about Walmart?
Nah, I ain't heard Walmart. But down in Pensacola, they call it Wally World.
Well, I don't see the harm in pre-ordering cases selling the figs at markup. At that point, you're adding the market. That's a good...
and no, I don't mind at all anybody selling stuff, making some money. Not at all, because it's almost like, okay, I'll give you like it's probably not a good example, but I'll give you an example of something. So when I used to work for a painting company, if we'd buy the customer paint, we would charge extra for the paint. And I remember thinking, like, why would we do that? Because we're not like, like, it's not something we're trying to make money off per se, you know what I mean? But they said that if they want to pay their own price for the paint, they can get it.
Mhm.
It's basically, it's almost like a handling fee. Like you're transporting it, you're moving it, you're grabbing it.
Yeah.
I mean, especially if you're like lifting up 5-gallon buckets, paint stuff. But in a way, I feel like, look, if you're gonna sell a fig on the market, you know what I mean, and like somebody doesn't have to go through trying to find it or whatever, I don't mind paying a little extra, because one, you're shipping, your own handling, your gas to go buy the figs, you know what I mean? Plus, if you don't sell the figs, then you're stuck with them. Look, I totally get that, man.
It's a gamble.
I think it's just good to see just good, honest business people out there that are like, it's okay to make money, you know what I mean? But like, look, clearly you'll reach a threshold at some point, be like, whoa, I'm going a little too high.
There's gonna be some backlash. Nate says, I think the difference with scalping is that the product just goes back on the market not at a much higher price, when it could have just been available by the original seller at the original price. Yeah.
Well, and I think the biggest thing about scalping that I think just is the bottom line that we all hate. It's like, look, you want to sell some figs at some ridiculous price, have at it. But when you scoop up the whole product and we can't get it anywhere, and you've cornered the market, that's when there's a problem. That's when we're like, okay, that kind of stuff almost needs to be regulated, because you're cornering the market. You know what I mean? There's no other way, you know, so et cetera, et cetera. So that's definitely, I think, the biggest issue. No doubt.
And Coop, he says, same, Austin. I feel really bad, Coop, but I forget what this is in regards to. I'm sorry to make you reiterate, but just a little friendly thing. Mine was in a completely different wheelhouse.
The other big difference, I just noticed John was saying something too about scalpers, difference between scalpers and sellers. Look, I think like scalpers, they don't think in the long term either.
No.
Like if you're a seller, you're like, this is my business. I want long-term customers. I want you guys to come back to me. You know what I mean? That's a symbiotic relationship. The scalper's just like trying to just get what he can right there and then and not thinking about it, you know?
Yeah. And then VP says, no, Walmart's too far gone to be safe. That's true.
That's a good one. Stickler Walms. I like that.
Walms.
That sounds like a Shawnism.
It is a Shawnism. Pensacola mentioned.
Oh, yeah, man. I lived in Pensacola for
waiting 25 minutes. Yes. Yeah, nice. I ain't about doing that. I hate going to stores in general. You know, I'm not going to say all stores, but Walmart in particular. I dread going to Walmart, especially my local one on South Arlington. You might know where it's at.
Yeah, it's probably like one of the ones I think that we have over here, because ours, I call it ours because it's right next to us, is like a smaller Walmart. It's not like a super one or anything like that, but the one that we go to that's the super Walmart, and we only go if we have to. It's not a nice Walmart, man. No. There's no self-checkout lines. Like,
you're gonna be lucky if you go to our Walms and you don't hear shooting happening like right in the parking lot. It's risky.
Yeah.
I mean, but the Lego ain't behind glass yet.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Dude, that's why if I ever see somebody stealing Lego, I'm going to curb stomp them, dude. I'm like, do you understand the aggravation and annoyance I have now with plexiglass? Like, I feel like I'm going to like some diamond jewelry store, man.
Yeah.
Looking at some gold watches behind glass. I'm like, are you kidding me right now?
Yeah. Coop says I'm a self-checkout person. I'm trying to get my groceries and bounce as fast without interaction. See,
I used to hate it because I'm like, now I'm doing their job, but now I'm like, I can do their job better and faster, dude. So just let me go.
It's like, I hate self-checkout. I hate it. And the only time I'll ever use it is if I'm going out somewhere with my mother. That's the only time, just because she lives her childhood fantasy of being like a grocery clerk. But it's
such a wild childhood fantasy, man.
I know. It's like, you can be anything you want in the world, but you want to be a grocery
princess.
It's like, but you want to be a grocery attendant. It's like, yep, I want to be a cashier. That's still wild to me, but it's like, no, I don't want to take away from the economy. You know, I want more jobs to happen, so I'm not going to try.
Yeah, no, I hear you, man. I definitely hear you.
Especially, I don't know, retail's pretty fun if you get a chance to work it. It is what you make it. It can suck a lot of the time, but it can be fun if you have the right people.
I mean, what's this thing in Clerks? This job be great if it wasn't for the customers.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah. Dario, what's up? Love the glass.
Then you have to pay for the electronics and then right there. Or they'll make, we'll hold it at register 15. Make sure you check out register 15. Then you're like, okay, I'll wait. Then you go to register 15, you see the entire fucking store is just like
Dude,
like,
that's so funny. We see the long line at the electronics department.
It's like, no, I'm taking my business to Best Buy. I'll pay the 20% over market fee. Man, I kind of last time I went to Wally, I called a worker over there. They said they had to escort me to the cashier to buy it right then and there.
Oh, dude,
that happens a lot.
We were at the Woms the other night. No, so I'm gonna start calling it the Woms now.
Yeah,
Thanks, Stickler. I love that name, dude.
That's great, John.
So we were at the Woms the other night, and Mrs. Hive wanted this coffee, like this cappuccino coffee maker type thing, right? And it's behind glass. And I was like looking in the Lego aisle, and I caught up with her, and she's just looking there, and I was like, "Hey, what's going on?" So she had pressed that button, I don't know, 10 times, dude. And she's like, I'm gonna curse. Is that all right?
I don't care. I just did like 2 seconds ago.
She goes, I can hear those motherfuckers walkie-talkie. She's like, I can hear them saying help needed in aisle, whatever. And so I went and got somebody for her, dude, because she was about to lose it, man.
I pulled a bad Ostiff. I was a very bad Ostiff the other night. I went to Walm's with my mom, and I was like enthralled by the Lego display case, with the Infiltrator, and then it has the Droideka, the Trade Federation pinball right in there. And I'm like, that's such a fire sticker. It has the 25th anniversary. I'm like, my mom, she texted me, she's like, where are you? I'm like, I'm in the Lego aisle. You just see with the credit card just peeling that sticker off the display. Dude. I'm like, it ain't for sale, so it ain't stealing. Because you know what? Every time I ask these people, like, hey, can I buy this? They're like, no, it's just gonna get thrown away. I'm like, I'm saving a cool sticker from the landfill. I'm doing the Lord's work. Yeah,
I've literally tried to bribe Target workers. I gave up on Walmart employees, but I've been trying to bribe a Target worker, I'm like, look, if you're not gonna sell me the set, I was like, can I bribe you to let me at least know when you throw it out? It's like, so I can just go around the back of Target and try to go dumpster diving or something.
Yeah. The wildest thing I did for a Lego display is the Darth Vader one. It was like a little picture of Vader, Lego.
Right.
I pulled a whole entire operation to get that. I took it off the wall or whatever, and on the under rack of the cart, you can slide it there.
Right.
And I just placed cases of water on top of it so you couldn't see it. So I was like,
That's actually a good idea.
I went to the Meyer clerk. I'm like, hey, can I just use your scanner? I could just scan these for you. She's like, oh yeah, that'd be actually really helpful. The bing, 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 right down the line. It was right after I left JD Vance's house as well. And I was like, yep, I got the bag. It's magnificent piece, but that's
I'm just picturing in my head that whole operation, man.
And I even went the route. I just paid cash. I had a little face mask. I probably looked like completely a uniform or something.
Yeah, that whole time, I'm sure a lot of craziness was going on with that.
May not want that on stream. Well, they're not going to find me, guaranteed.
He was just kidding, everybody.
Yeah, I didn't actually go through with it. Like, what do you think? I'm
There we go.
Some really bad human being? It's like, no, I gave this company like a year and a half of my time.
He's like, F corporations, man. Fight the power.
And the cool thing is I actually needed a store manager there, and I kind of texted her after the fact. She goes, yeah, that's kind of cool. Don't worry.
He was talking about GTA.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's good stuff, dude.
Oh, yeah. JD's going to be taking me to see Vader this week. So we went completely off topic for 30 minutes. But
yeah.
And that's
Sorry about that.
I don't care. That's what makes our ear biscuits go a little bit moist. You're putting some gravy on there.
Having a good conversation here.
Yeah. So, man, where were we?
I don't remember if we were talking about streams or rants.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I remember. I remember now. The Thought Fairy came and paid me a little visit. So, you told us about how Pure Rant Fury happened.
Yeah.
And you have another show.
I do.
Good Morning Brickworld.
I do.
How, it's been going on for a hot minute. You're having a good run, longer than most television TV shows.
Yeah, we did. Number 265 today, actually.
Yeah, so most TV shows make it to 100, maybe if they're lucky. So you doubled their numbers. So how do you feel? How did the idea come about?
Well, I started Good Morning Brickworld way before Pure Rant Fury. When I started the channel, I put out some videos and I did a couple of random like live streams. I don't even know if I had called them Hive streams yet. Maybe I did. And probably just to get my feet wet, as any of you know, that if you do any content, the first few times for a little while, like it just takes you a while to get used to it, to get kind of loose, to feel more comfortable, act more natural instead of like I'm just talking to a camera. You know what I mean? So actually, when I started feeling a little more comfortable, I wanted to do like a specific type of live stream show. You know what I mean? And for whatever reason, I don't know, maybe if I saw it and it just popped in my head or what, I was thinking like Good Morning America and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because I was trying to think of a good time slot. Because I really didn't want to, at the time, there wasn't as many streams either, so it wasn't that difficult. But I was trying to think of a time, like I wouldn't really cross over anybody. And I was like, nobody's doing anything on Sunday mornings. And I was like, that's a day off. You know what I mean? It's not that difficult. So, yeah, I just thought of Good Morning Brickworld. And it was very, very unorganized for a long time. It was just like it was just like any stream. It was just on Sunday mornings and I called it Good Morning Brickworld. But I used to just have like anybody on, like there wasn't like a host or any kind of format to it. And then probably in its second-ish, third-ish year is when somebody named Doc Sampson became a co-host of mine. Some of y'all out there might know who Doc is. Some of you might not. It's a long story. I don't even know if I want to get too much into it, because if I say a little bit, then everybody's going to not understand what the hell I'm talking about, and then I'll have to explain everything. But Doc was a friend of a lot of ours, and a lot of us still miss Doc a lot. But there was just some drama that had happened, and then he disappeared. But regardless, when he joined Good Morning Brickworld, he really helped me kind of take it a little more seriously in a way, and start making it more of a show than just like a live stream. And yeah, once we started kind of come up with some stuff, and then I just really took it to like a whole nother level with all kinds of different segments. Hey, speaking of Good Morning Brickworld, there's one of my co-hosts.
Yep.
But since then I've had several co-hosts, and I tell everybody like I'm the only one tethered to the show. People they come and go, because it's not easy. It's a commitment. And everybody that's been on the show, that's before they even become a host or co-host, like I tell them, like that this is a commitment. This isn't just we're just hanging out and moving some Legos around, or just like we're making this a show. So you gotta like come to it committed. You gotta have a segment that you're gonna do for it. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. So but yeah, I mean, but clearly, as you know, and we were kind of talking about a little bit, it's commitment takes time. You know what I mean? So people have lives. You know what I mean? So over time, people have come and gone. And like right now, currently, it's me, Brick Babe, Lego Longoria, and Drew Dogs. But Drew Dogs also, again, he's getting married, he's buying a house, so he's taking a little break for a little while. Life's
picking up.
Yeah, and I've told people many times. Yes,
I agree.
I've told many people, like, look, Good Morning Brickworld is not going to be on forever. It's literally at number 265. I don't know how much longer I'm going to have it going, but it's just something I don't plan on doing forever. And even when I would like to try some other stuff, I can't. It's hard to do 2 streams a week, plus work a full-time job, plus try and be committed to your wife, plus like put other video content out, plus maybe try and draw once in a while, plus do this. You know what I mean? Like,
you only have 24 hours in a day.
Yeah, it's hard. I think Brick Babe does more than anybody anywhere, dude. She does all kinds of stuff.
She's always going.
I know, but she's pulled back a little bit. You know what I mean? Because obviously, you gotta slow down sometimes. But so yeah, Good Morning Brickworld. It's evolved quite a bit, and now it's like we have segments. It's I call it more of a show than anything. You know what I mean? Obviously it's a live stream, but we try to bring it. Try and be entertaining. It's nothing. It's absolutely nothing like Pure Rant Fury. It's a positive.
It's a complete polar opposite.
Yeah, and it throws a lot of people off that join become a subscriber on the channel, because they don't know what to make of it. you know, because they're like, how in the heck are you like this on Friday night? And then you're a completely different person on Sunday. You know what I mean? Because on Friday night, even again, I can have a temper. Anybody who knows me in real life knows I can, and I can rant. But again, Pure Rant Fury is just something that's just stupid. You know what I mean? It's like I said, it's nonsensical. It's supposed to be like a parody. It's funny. It's ridiculous. Good Morning Brickworld is more serious. Like I said, it's more about the community together, you know, being positive about stuff, trying to highlight good things in the community and good content creators and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, and of course I got my co-host, which always bring different perspectives to the table as well. So, yeah.
You know, you're talking a little bit more about, you know, trying to balance, you know, going art, doing all these other different things, all these different avenues of things you want to do.
Yeah.
When did your idea for your passion for creating artwork, when did that form?
When I was young, like I was a kid, I, you know, collected comic books. So, I mean, I always kind of doodled. But I think when I really was really into comic books, I'd see these panels of these pictures like Spider-Man and stuff. And then I'd look at them and I'd draw them, looking at them, stuff like that. And a lot of stuff I would create on my own, obviously. But over time, my art evolved into a couple different things that I mainly focus on. One is hyper-realism portraits. You know, I'll look at, if you send me a picture of somebody you want a portrait of, I'll look at the picture, you know, and I'll draw like a hyper-realistic portrait of a person, a pet. The other is more dark, like scary artwork, almost like your H.R. Giger type of stuff, like very, you know, it's hard to describe because it's very like abstract almost kind of stuff. Like I'll draw monsters and stuff sometimes or whatever, but then sometimes it's just, again, I don't know how to describe it, but it's a lot more dark. And then I like I've been over more recent years been working on more colorful stuff, like trying to color a little bit more with more colors, because a lot of the stuff I do is more black and white and grays. So I've been working on a lot more graffiti over the last few years, like with colors and that. A lot of stuff like flowers and, you know, just trying to practice like that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, and then over the last couple of years, I've gotten into digital artwork. So I bought me this really expensive giant tablet. Yeah. So some of you guys have seen some of my live streams where I was drawing the Boosh helmet. I'm still working on that. I just haven't done anything in weeks. But yeah, you know, it's a lot of fun. Just, again, time consuming and yeah.
I mean,
yeah, it's ever since I was a kid. That's when I started drawing.
I'm in the same boat. I had an uncle. You know, he was really. I think that's, you know, how he made his living was through art. And I remember, you know, being like 4 or 5 and seeing like his drawings on his wall in like his room or whatever. I'd be like, I want to learn how to do that. And he goes, okay, all you have to do is he got the paper and he drew like a triangle, a square, a circle, and a rectangle or octagon, whatever. Because now I draw this in like 50 different ways, like each.
Yeah.
Thing. I'm like, with a circle, you can only do the one. You know, I'm like, you can't really go any other way. And then he was like, no, you can make it extorted, elongated, you can make it or whatever. And then I did that. He goes, okay, now you can draw. I'm like, okay, so it's just been that for me since that moment, like 20 years later.
I even I've made some of my artist friends mad, man. I can't help it when I generally have an opinion about something. I just spit it out, you know. But yeah. I've made some of my art friends mad before because I don't agree with some techniques and drawings. You know what I mean? You know, but it's whatever, man. You know. Look, one of the reasons why I rant and I'm outspoken and usually blunt about stuff, not about being mean, just about speaking my piece, is because a large portion of my life I wasn't like that. You know, I was very passive. I didn't like confrontation. I didn't like to make people upset about stuff. So whenever I'd have a problem or something was wrong, I just wouldn't speak up about it. And then when things would get bad or whatever, or I would be upset or something would happen, you know what I mean? Then people would be like, why didn't you say something? So like finally I was just like, fine, I'll just say everything. I don't care. If people like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't, you know what I mean? But I don't know. So anyways, I cut you off. What were you saying?
No, like for me, I feel like developing any form of like skill. You've been doing it a hot minute. I've been doing it a hot minute. You've been doing it a lot longer after I've been alive. But it's everyone's when they first start out for drawing or whatever it'll be, your stuff's gonna look garbage.
Yeah.
And I hate when people say, "Oh, I hate when they're like, oh, I can't draw." Like it's like, yeah, you can. You just have to apply yourself to it. It's like any other thing. You have to develop it. It's like you're not gonna have a Mona Lisa right off the rip.
Right. And I think, like I was saying earlier, I think there are some people that are just naturally gifted with stuff, just geniuses, that type of thing.
Yeah.
I think they're a little more rare. But yeah, anything you want to do, you can do. You just got to practice. I don't know how to play guitar, but I'm sure if I picked one up and started learning, I can learn.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of people over the years tell me that, and I get it, like what they generally mean by it. Like, well, I could draw stick figures. And well, then I guess, do you want to draw more than stick figures?
Yeah, you have to challenge yourself a little bit.
I mean, I didn't know how to draw shit, man, until I started drawing. You know what I mean? And then it was because of comic books. I didn't even really think about it seriously until like I really started reading comics hardcore. So
I was just fascinated drawing Spider-Man for like my first 3-4 years of just drawing. Just I don't know.
Yeah.
For some reason why I decided to pick like one of the hardest superheroes to draw. Because of all the webs on the suit,
Yeah, dude.
I'm like, sure.
It kind of reminds me.
This.
I know.
It wasn't even valid of a human form.
It kind of reminds me too, practicing years and years ago, man. I was asking my kid, I was like, hey, I want to just practice drawing something. What should I draw? She was like, a snow leopard. I was like, It's like, let me practice drawing a snow leopard. Okay.
Yeah, Brick Hive.
Which actually
brings up a good point. None of us knew how to drive cars when we were kids either. Yeah.
I know, right? Now we're crashing them all over the place.
See, my idea of driving, the stop sign, whatever it is, if it has an outline, it's just a suggestion. You don't have to follow it. If you don't follow it, it's at your own risk. But
yeah,
it just depends
I'm a very
how
vocal
confident
driver.
Are you?
Oh yeah.
Can you give us a little sample?
I do not hesitate to wave a middle finger, yell a curse word, or honk on the horn. Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, look, I'm reasonably patient, but like if I see your head down like this and we're sitting at a green light, I'm going to give you maybe 2 Mississippis. That's it. And that's
1
it,
Mississippi,
man.
2 Mississippi.
Yeah.
I sometimes go to. I usually stick to 3. Sometimes I'll do to 4 just because
if I'm having a good day.
It's like I understand here in my area, a lot of people here, their cars are older than me. They can't move as fast as they used to, so I'm a little bit more patient now. But sometimes,
see, I've become less patient as I've gotten older, and I think it's because I've talked to people about like when you start getting older, you realize how much time really means to you. And one thing you cannot stand is anybody wasting your time except for you.
Yeah, that's a valid point.
But I think that's just generally how people get cranky as they get older.
So
I'm getting a head start.
Circling back here.
Yeah.
For people that, might want to start doing what you do with like hosting live streams and, having these different shows, what would be your advice to them? If they want to start creating that form of content?
Well, I mean, if you're doing it for fun, don't worry too much about anything. You know what I mean? But if you're doing it for fun and you'd like to make something out of it, not just money, but just grow your channel, your brand, whatever. Well, if it's going to be in the Lego space, you got to be very unique and creative. That's because, there's a lot of us out here. So you got to kind of stand out. The best thing I can tell anybody if you're going to do this, it's not necessarily what you do. I think it's more about getting people to like watching you do stuff. You know what I mean? Whether it's your personality, how you approach stuff. There's a lot of different vibes to it, but the biggest thing I can tell you is one, definitely be yourself. Because if you're not yourself, you're gonna have to keep up that charade for who knows how fucking long.
Could be a decade.
I mean, well, and then who knows? 2 years down the road, you might be like letting people know who you really are. You know what I mean? And they're like, "What the hell?" But it's also, look, most of us can smell bullshit. You know what I mean? And I think if you're going to be disingenuous about stuff, people might still watch you for different reasons, but they might not be loyal to you. Like, I can tell you one thing, man. I feel like I have one of the most loyal viewers ever. I can't tell you again. I know I praise them all the time, man, but like I have so much respect for my viewers, my chat, like because again, I know I can be intense, and I make a lot of people laugh and stuff, but I know people will also come to me for different reasons, watch me for different reasons as well. But yeah, be authentic. Treat your viewers, your chat with respect. Like, don't take them for granted. Like I see a lot of people do. They won't even fucking talk to you unless you give them money or some shit. Don't lie to them. Don't try and sell them dumb shit. Don't try and sell them bullshit. Like that. I just see a lot of people really try and act a different way when they make content. And it's like, look, just be yourself, man. And I'm not going to lie. I can't tell you you'll do great, you know what I mean? Or things are gonna just be awesome, or look, another thing too is sometimes to just not worry about numbers. Like for instance, I lose followers all the time. Like all the time. I gain them all the time, but I lose them all the time. You know what I mean? It's a constant roller coaster ride. So I don't worry too much because I know if I look back and look at my analytics, all I see is a slow climb, because I don't go flashy with a lot of stuff. I don't try and, again, bullshit people. I don't try and use anything for clout. And that's why it's a slow climb. But people, once they start watching, if they like me, then yeah, they stay with me. You know what I mean? If they don't, then obviously they'll leave. But I've seen a lot of creators, and some of them are really good friends of mine. Like they stress so much over numbers, man, in the analytics. And I'm like, look, you can't let it get to you, man. You just can't. Like, it will drive you insane. And then you're gonna, if you look at it the wrong way, you might have resentment, or whatever. Or there's all kinds of different things about it. And I'm not saying don't keep an eye on your analytics if it's important, but you just can't let it get to you too much.
Yeah.
Just if you're doing this for fun, do it for fun, but take it seriously. But if you're getting into this for the wrong reasons, it's not gonna work out for you.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to get into it just for money, it's not going to work out. You got to enjoy doing this. You got to enjoy streaming. You got to enjoy talking with your chat. You got to enjoy editing videos, so
something I don't enjoy doing.
Well, that's,
as you can clear,
a lot of people have told me that I should just stick to streaming, and they don't mean it as an insult. Like I don't make good videos, but they understand how hard it is to do everything. You know what I mean? And streaming does come pretty natural, but we'll see.
See, for me doing D streams, I gotta just kind of be a passenger because I let you guys kind of dictate how this goes, and I enjoy that. It's like I just run the show, but really you're running it. It's just a different guest each week that's carrying the show.
Well, this is a great thing. This is why I like watching. And again, I told you I don't get to catch it live a lot, but I like definitely watching the replays because it's really interesting when you get into some of our heads. You know what I mean? That's why sitting on a stoop is really popular and stuff too. That's why people love watching the ACOB boys because they have people on there as well. It's really interesting getting to see the inside of a lot of our heads. But like I was telling you before, guest isn't easy sometimes either. So.
No, it's. It's kind of, I may have just made my own casket by having a guest every week because, I'll be in a moment shoot, who do I ask? It's who do I have a chance to ask? It's I'm man, I feel if I ever have to do a show with just me, it's just ask me anything you want. You can make, who did I crop dust when I was in 5th grade? Stuff like that. It's just gonna be. That's why we're begging for dear life over here,
dude. I've look. I have some confidence, obviously, and stuff. You know what I mean? But I've never thought highly of myself. You know what I mean? So not to the point where obviously, I have friends and stuff. And I love all the friends I've made here and all that. But it blows my mind, man, when people will donate to me or become a member, that really means a lot, man, because it's whether it's because they just like me and that in itself is amazing, or I'm making content that they like enough that they want to support me to keep it going. Like, again, man, I just see so many people out there that take that kind of shit for granted. And I'm just like, dude, that is the most special thing that you can have here, man. That's why I was saying, like, if you get into this trying to just make money, people are going to smell that bullshit, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not saying people wouldn't maybe support you if you make really awesome content, but you better bring your A game if that's what you're getting in, for, you know what I mean? Instead of just like, hey, I really love doing this. I love sharing all this with you guys. I love trying to make you guys laugh, entertain you guys, whatever, or interact.
Yeah.
Sorry, I saw the comment there.
You're good. Ask when we get
merch.
Some Pure Rant Fury merch. LOL.
So I have a website with a store, but there's something going on with it right now. The store is not connecting, and I'm trying to figure it out. Also with that store, I was trying to upload some of the Pure Rant Fury stuff into it, because I have like a hat and a couple different shirts, one with like Rant Cat. I got one with like the big middle finger, but I can't for some reason transfer it over to my website. So if I can't figure it out soon, I'm just going to start a whole new thing. So that way I can at least get some stuff out to you guys. I will tell you this. If you're going to Brick World, if you're going to Chicago, I will have some merch, to give away. I won't have tons of it, so it'll be almost like a first come, first serve, but I will definitely have like a few shirts, probably a couple hats, maybe, definitely a lot of stickers.
I'm calling dibs.
So
I'm
yeah,
joking. I'm not going to put you in that spot.
But once I do get all that ready to go, I'll let you know for sure.
And then our alumni here, Ask Hive. How does Lego content creator / commentary / influencer space today compare to what you've experienced since maybe 5 years ago? That's a great question.
That is a good question. Definitely. And look, I'm only saying this because I'm being honest, all right? But I don't want anybody, and this goes for me as well, because it's one of these situations where you can't point a finger at anybody. It's just a situation, right? So look, the Lego content, YouTube creator space is very oversaturated.
Yeah. More than it's ever been.
But this is, and it's tough, man, because like even people you may like, it's hard to kind of spread yourself thin to watch everything sometimes. But that's one of the things. There's just tons more, and even there's still tons more, and then a lot of people have already left. Like, I'm sure a lot of you know, like, there was the big influx, man, during the pandemic, and then it went back down, but there's still a lot of people in space. Now, it doesn't mean like there's just tons of people in space that aren't good, because there's tons of really good people, really good creative people. But that in itself is the biggest thing. The other thing is the commercialized aspect of it. Not to say there wasn't any of it before, but dude, I see ads everywhere. Not just ads everywhere, but everybody is promoting something or this or that. And again, you can't point finger, because like, again, people are trying to make a living or make a buck, or maybe shout out somebody, or maybe like, I really love this product, and if I promote it, which is not a bad thing, if I love it, they'll give me something. So it's not even like pointing fingers. It's just, you just see this stuff everywhere. And then there's like the LAN aspect. To say that LAN isn't a heavy influence on the community would be a severe understatement.
Did we get like 500 reviews of the same set?
Yeah. So again, it's one of those things. It's a situation. I'm not mad at any individual LAN member for promoting whatever set. You know what I mean? But yeah, when you pull up Instagram or even YouTube and you see like, and it's not even just because of LAN. There's obviously all of us that promote stuff too. You just see the same thing like over and over and over.
On a wide scale.
But anything else that's real different, I don't think is a bad thing. It's, again, the community is bigger, it's stronger. Obviously, Lego has become very popular, which might be detrimental, and it's good and bad, because look what it's done for like the prices, right?
Yeah.
Because everybody, Lego's become so popular. But yeah, those are probably the biggest differences, though.
And Ultron, it feels like there's a wider audience out there, but it's spread out among different creators.
Yeah. There's a lot of different creators.
Yeah.
There's probably a creator for just about anything that you might like, and any type of style.
Mhm.
But there are definitely people that stand out. There's no
Yeah.
doubt about that. A couple ones that I always talk about, like Josh builds stuff.
Mhm.
Dude, he does some of the most creative reviews I've like ever seen.
He has
And
my ultimate
and
favorite.
he's got a job, he's a family man, so he can't
Mhm.
put out content, as much as like probably a lot of us would like to,
Yeah.
like to see. But then there's like Shy.
Mhm.
Shy puts out unique stuff, but the thing about Shy, almost more than anybody, is Shy's production level is like
Cinema.
dude. I don't know anybody that really beats him on a production level.
No.
And when I say that, I mean like his cameras, his
Impossible
microphone,
to beat.
his editing. He's extremely meticulous about like stuff he puts out.
Mhm.
Like even just like vlogs and stuff, like just family things and all that. Like his editing is just top notch. So like there's different people in the community that just stand out in different ways. A lot of people will say I stand out because of the rants and all this stuff. You know what I mean? And whether or not I even think that's probably a good thing or not, I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't know if it's a great thing to be standing out for, because it's weird. Because even though I can rant, like I'm generally a pretty positive person about stuff. You know what I mean? But yeah, different people stand out in different ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say the one thing I'd like to see land maybe incorporate so that one set isn't oversaturated by the time it releases review wise is make a lottery system. You get all these land members, they're all assigned a number, and that number determines the set they get. So there's going to be widespread, but it's going to be a little bit more refined. I think that would be how I would do it. Create a little luck of the draw.
Something that kind of bugged me that one of the land members told me about, and they didn't tell me to complain. They just told me, that when they went over to billing and stuff, like they had to pay for their own.
Oh yeah,
all that.
That's
and look,
nonsense.
I know some people might be like, "Well, it's a fun trip and blah blah blah." No, man, like it could be fun, but that was a business trip. Look, Lego wanted them to come over there to promote their stuff. That's why, like months later, we get to see these reveals that the land members do for us and all that. You know what I mean? But like, I guess it depends on the person. Because clearly going over there and all the stuff that you get is really awesome. You know what I mean? I just think really, in my personal opinion, I think Lego gets out of it more than the land members do.
Yeah.
And I that's why I was saying like my position on the land members really has evolved over the years. Because I think a lot of us, no matter what we say, I can't include myself just because I don't have the right personality, but like a lot of us would love to be, in land to get like not just free sets, but like some of the perks that come with it and stuff like that. But yeah, if they were telling me I needed to pay for my plane ticket, dude, to come over there to promote their stuff, yeah, guess what? I'm ranting about on Friday, man. So, anyways, yeah, I don't know why that popped up in my head.
So it's the one thing I think Shy could do, he could start a little class. How to make YouTube videos 101.
Yeah,
paid class.
You go ahead and ask Shy. I'm sure he'll make some time for you.
No, I would never ask him that. But I think if he ever wanted to, have a good side hustle, that'd be a way to do it.
Yeah, I'm sure probably once his life slowed down, he probably wouldn't be opposed to like doing it. But he's always, I don't want to say he's always, but like if he's got time and at least he knows who you are. If you ever like, I could ask Shy any question about like, and I have like, hey, what camera do you recommend for this or whatever? Yeah, Shy's a extremely nice guy. Good about stuff like that.
Shy's great. I mean, when I got my microphone for this thing, I had no idea how to set it. I set it because one of our alumni was like, "Yeah, get this mic here. Just it's plug and go." And I realized really soon it was not plug and go. And so I'm like, "Who's really good with this equipment?" And I'm like, "Oh, Shy." Because you know what? Reach out to me anytime you need something. I'm like, "Okay, I'll make sure I do that." And lo and behold, I'm like, Shy, how do I get this microphone to work? And he was like pulling Geek Squad 101, like internet support. And he's, I don't know what I was thinking, at the time, there's that whole thing going on in California. He goes, by the way, if I'm delayed or whatever, it's just because we're evacuating right now. I'm like, okay, dude, like my problems are insignificant. But he still helped me through it. I'm like, what a guy. Who would do
Shy, Shy is just one of those people too. Like, he's out there volunteering and stuff. Like Shy, like he, I'm sure he still does it. I don't want to just speak for him, but I know like he's used like his membership money and stuff. He like buys sets to donate.
Yeah, I saw that.
Stuff like that. Yeah, so
such a good dude.
Yeah, he is, man. I mean, like I
There's
said,
no one like Shy.
yeah, like I said, I mean, I don't want to say he's an angel or anything. You know, nobody's perfect.
He's an angel in my heart. He has
But
the
yeah,
wings of Halo.
I've always loved him like a brother. So.
Yep, he's a, you know, it's great, you know, having, you know, being a fellow veteran. Because there's not that many of us in this space, so it's like we can actually, you know.
Yeah, actually,
we give a nice common ground there.
He does. I mean, I'm sure he still does it, but like he has in the past. He does like a veteran stream on Veterans Day stuff. So yeah, you should definitely like, you know, make sure you like reach out to him, man. And,
oh yeah,
because yeah, he, you know, there's you know, a handful of veterans in the community. You know, so yeah,
he's such a good guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
With that being said, I think we have reached the end of this total episode here. I hate to say it, but with all things, all good things have to come to an end. And don't worry, I will be gone for traveling stuff, you know, this week and over the weekend, but I'm going to squeeze in another episode so I don't skip a week at some point this week. So if you guys have anyone that you'd like me to reach out to or connect with on the Brick Connection, no pun intended, leave it in the comment section of the video when it goes on, you know, the replay, or if you're really feeling, you know, getting some extra credit or brownie points, leave a comment on Spotify. Yeah, you guys may not all know this, but these go on here, and sticklers like get Shy. Oh, it's in the works. It's in the works. He's a busy man, but without further ado, Brandon, thank you for coming on, dude.
Dude, thank you so much for having me, man.
An absolute friggin' pleasure. I mean, you're a good friend of mine, and you know, I love watching. I enjoy everything you put out, whether it's videos or it's the live streams, being Pure Rant Fury or Good Morning Brickworld. Even though I'm always, you know, replay gang on Good Morning
Brickworld is not an easy show to watch, especially if you're on like towards the West Coast, man.
And it's like, you know, I'm a night owl, so I'm up till like 7 a.m. and it's like, and you guys go.
Oh, by the way, I found you on Spotify. So,
oh, okay. Oh, yeah. You even gave a follow too. Man.
Heck yeah, dude.
Making me blush. At least get me some dinner first, my friend. Come on here. But yeah, just thank you for coming on, man. I just really appreciate it. And to everyone, all 19 of you, actually, I'm gonna make this a little more personal here. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All 19 of you beautiful, sexy people, thanks for attending. It's great. It's, you know, the show would not exist if it weren't for you guys tuning in.
Yeah, chat's been great tonight, man.
I agree. And
good questions, good comments.
I apologize if I didn't get to you. It's not intentional, but running like a one-on-one interview style, it gets very difficult to, you know, focus on how I'm going to ask questions and hear your response.
I mean, so that's something I've learned actually with streaming, man, is, and I don't really care at certain points. Like Good Morning Brickworld is different because it's a show. Like, I mean, we go through the good mornings, but like after that, I have to focus a lot on the show. But like Pure Rant Fury, you know, like I've gotten lost in the chat before because look, if you're streaming, like you got a guest, it's hard to do like focus on the chat and the guest at the same time. So look, your chat knows that, man. They know.
Yep, they're all good blokes, as Padawan HQ would say. They're all good blokes.
W for the chat. W for the chat.
I'll give one too. I'll put one in there. StreamYard's comments decide to take like 30 seconds to post, which is really odd. You'd think it'd be a little bit more high speed. But with that being said, thank you again, Brandon, for coming on. Is there anything that you would like to say?
No, I just, you know, again, appreciate the opportunity to come on here and talk and chat, man. You know, there's some good questions, and yeah, it's been a while since I've done anything quite like this, so it was a really nice experience. And yeah, definitely the chat. You guys definitely made the stream way, way cooler too, man. I just, like I said, that was really good.
Motherfucker. That's all I gotta say.
But yeah, no, like I said, thanks for having me on, man.
Yeah.
So,
you have an open invitation. Anytime you want to come back on, your seat's gonna be hot and ready for you. I don't have another seat right next to me, but your seat.
Anytime, man.
I'll
always be here. So yeah, anytime, I'll always be here. So.
And to all of you beautiful people on replay, I'm not gonna leave you out. No, that'd be quite rude.
What's up, replay gang?
Yeah, tell us how you like the episode. You know, what do you like and what do you hate? because bring some Pure Rant Fury into the comic sessions if you want, in honor of our guest Hive here. I'm sure he would enjoy reading those terrible, nasty things you have to say, and I promise we'll take it personally.
Definitely.
With that being said, I know this is, I said it several times now. To all of you guys still lingering, be well and stay stiff. And we'll see you. Don't know exactly what day, but I'll see you again here within a week. All right. Peace, my friends.
Good night, everybody.
Love you, friends. Love you, Hive.
Love you too, man. Thanks for having me on again. Appreciate it.
Of course. Enjoy this little edit. Or I still haven't fixed it. So
what's that?
You'll see.